you can probably hear my dog. He just laid down behind me, so you might get some noises from him as well. But I didn't wash my hair today, and it is so greasy. I feel like you can totally see the grease in. Okay, that looks wild. I just need to get these back. I tried doing like this cute little pony with my bangs out, but I feel like my hair is just so greasy. Okay, that's gonna have to do. We're gonna go with that. I used to not have to wash my hair every single day, and now I have to. It just gets so greasy, and I feel like there's so many mixed opinions out there about this topic, because on one hand, like, so many people are like, oh, it's bad for your hair to wash it every day, you shouldn't wash it every day. But then now I feel like there's like counter opinions coming out of people being like, no, you should wash it every day, and it is good to wash it every day. So I don't really know who to believe, but I already have some sunscreen on, the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen that I use. But then for foundation, I'm using this. It's the Say Slip Tint tinted moisturizer, and it also has sunscreen in it. So sometimes when I wear this, I won't put the Supergoop on as well. But sometimes I'll do both. So also my nails are like literally nubs right now, so there's not like a ton of good tapping that I can do, but this was one of the products that I got in my when I did the Sephora haul video, and I've been using it literally every day since I got it. Like, I don't even really use this as much. This was the other foundation I got in that haul. This is like a more medium coverage, and this Say Slip Tint is like definitely light coverage. It's just tinted moisturizer, but I haven't had any like formal events, so I haven't been wanting to use this. I've just been wanting to use this every day. So I just did 2 pumps, and it comes out like, I don't know, it's like soft, and then I just go like this in my fingers, and then I literally just start putting it on. So I just like rub it around everywhere. When I first got it, I was using a beauty blender, and it was not right. Like, it just wasn't turning out right. So now I just use my fingers, and I feel like it looks a lot better. So I do it everywhere. I do it over my eyes, because since it's a tinted moisturizer and it has sunscreen in it, I like want it to cover everything. And normally I'll do it like, it'll even like get on my lips a little bit, but I'm doing my makeup in the camera, so it's hard to see. I need to get like a standing mirror to do this, to get ready with me, so I can look in a mirror, but I don't have one. So you can see, I'll just like drag it down a little bit, but it just goes on really smooth and silky and really natural. It has like a really natural finish. I don't know how good the coloring is like through the camera, but also I have it in 3 is the shade that I have. But okay, so I'm just gonna like kind of rub this in and then let it set a little bit. But to get to the work gossip and work drama, so I talked about in a previous video how I literally just switched jobs. Like, I just got a new job like 2 months ago, and I was really excited for it, and like I got a raise and a promotion to go to this new company, and I feel like that's pretty good, so I'm gonna let it sit. And like a big part of why I took the job was because it was gonna be locally based, so I could be a hybrid employee. So ever since COVID, I've been fully remote, like 100% fully remote, and it does have its pluses, and like there are things that I love about it. Like, I love the flexibility. I love just like stuck there. So like if you have a light day or you're not busy, you just end up like wasting time. You end up like talking with coworkers. You end up like taking really long lunches. And also like it's natural that everyone needs to take breaks in their work day, and when you're in the office, there's like the breaks are just not like, you can't get stuff done around the house. So I love that. Like I'll do my laundry during the day. I'll like go do a return to UPS or whatever. And I love how it also just like allows for more work-life balance in a way. Like if I'm done early, I'll just be done and not feel bad about it, and I'll just like move on with my day or do something that I want to do. Whereas when you're at work, it would be kind of awkward to be leaving like early. And I also love how it allows for remote working and like travel. So sometimes we've done this a couple times where me and my fiance will go on a trip and we'll go a little early, or like we'll stay a little late, but we'll work remote either in the beginning or the end of the trip. So like it allows us to extend our trips basically. Like for example, we have gone and visited family and stayed with like our parents, and we'll work remote for like a day or 2 or 3, but it still allows us to be with them for more time, and it allows us to like have dinners together and sleep at their house and like go on walks after work. And like it just, yeah, it allows us to take longer trips, which we really appreciate, especially because we don't live by our family, neither of our families. So it's nice being long distance with family and friends to get to do that. So there are some things I feel very privileged and like grateful that there are things like that remote working allows. However, I have realized over time, like over the last 3 years, that my personality and my mental health and my brain does benefit from social interaction and leaving the house. So like I am more of an extrovert. I still like my alone time, but it has not been great for me the past 3 years to like never leave the house and not have coworkers to talk to and not get a ton of social interaction. It honestly just like makes my like anxiety, depression, like it makes it worse. So I feel like I did a lot of reflecting, and I talked like with my fiance, with my therapist, like with friends, family. Like over time I've slowly been like, okay, I probably shouldn't be fully remote. I should probably be hybrid and work in a hybrid role where I can go in sometimes and I'm more locally based and I have coworkers that live near me. So that was like a big part of why I took this job. I was already thinking that, but my plan was I was gonna wait till after my wedding in September and just stay at my job until then, and then after the wedding, because there's just so much going on right now with like our wedding coming up in a couple months. So that was my plan, was like, okay, after the wedding, then I'm gonna try to look into getting a job where I could be hybrid and go in sometimes, because I also don't think I would want to be full-time in person again, like going in Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever. That would be a lot. Like I don't want that. I just want hybrid, which is very common in my industry. So that was my plan, was to wait, but then I got recruited. I got headhunted for this job through LinkedIn. So once I started interviewing, I was like, ooh, I really like these people, and it would be a raise and a promotion, and like it would also be hybrid, so I could go in 2 to 3 times a week and then work from home 2 to 3 times a week. So I was like, this actually could be perfect. So I like agonized over it, made the decision to do it. It was a really, really hard decision for me because I didn't want to leave my current job, but I just felt like with all those variables, and especially with it being local, I was like, this is gonna be the right move. Like I'm gonna have coworker friends, like I'll go to happy hours, like this season of life. I just felt like I needed that. So I took the job. Okay, I need to move on to my next step though, which is now I do concealer, and I use this Kosas concealer. And I have it in, what does that say? I literally can't read it right now. 3W, I think. 3W. I know that it was a neutral warm combo, like a neutral warm. I think it says 03W. So anyways, oh god, this is gonna be hard. I can barely see in the camera. I just do a little bit, like right on my eye bags basically, and that's it. Honestly, if I'm doing like a more like full face look, I'll do more concealer, but for this, and I do have a zit right there, but I don't really care to cover it up right now. And then I have my damp beauty blender, and then I just literally like work it in. You know what? I need a closer mirror. I'm gonna use my little, okay, that's better. And then I just dab in the concealer, and I kind of like brush it on my eyelid too a little bit, because I don't know why it bothers me when I don't. Like, I just feel like I like having the concealer right there too. And then okay. Alright, mark my words, I'm gonna get a standing mirror so that I can do this better. Okay, that's better if I look that way. So the nice thing about this everyday look is that I don't care if it's perfect, because it's just like to have a little something on, and I am remote, so I have Zoom calls or like video calls all day, so it's just like a little something to like spice up my face a little bit, but I don't care for it to be perfect. Like, I'm not even covering up any blemishes or anything. But so I took the job, and I've been there since May, and right now it's July, so it's been like 2 months, and I was like really enjoying it. I was so excited. I was so happy that I made that decision for myself. Like, I was very proud of myself for making that decision, and I was just looking forward to having that in-person like work presence where I could have coworker friends, and I could go out for happy hours sometimes. And some of the best friends that I've made since college have been from work. So like, I really appreciate having like work besties and like work friends. Obviously not everyone is going to be your friend at work, but like occasionally you really click with people, or at least I have. And I really love that. Like, there's something special about like being friends with the people that you're working with every single day, and getting to commiserate with them and talk about life and work. And I miss that. Like, I really do. I miss like going to lunch with people and like just randomly talking and getting coffee in the middle of the day. Like, I've been really missing out on that sense of community since we moved. Because if you didn't know, we used to live in Chicago, we moved to Colorado, and so it's been like COVID and moving has made me fully remote since 2020. So I've realized that I've really been missing out on that community. So I was looking forward to it, and I already went and got a happy hour with a couple of people I work with, and like everyone was so nice. We were like hitting it off. I was so excited. I was really, really happy. And starting in August, so like next month, they were going to open the new office, and that was when finally people were gonna get to go in and be hybrid. So going in like 2 or 3 times a week, and then working from home 2 or 3 times a week. So that was about to happen next month, and I was really excited for that. Yeah, I just like had all these things envisioned and pictured and whatever. And then a couple weeks ago, I guess now, like 2 weeks ago, we had an all company meeting, and they announced that our company is basically dissolving and being absorbed by 2 different companies. So they're splitting our company in half, and each other company is taking like basically half of our company, like our business and the people who work on the businesses. So everyone from my company got assigned to go to one of these other companies. So I was absolutely shocked and blindsided. I did not see this coming. Like, obviously it was very like shocking and upsetting because I'm brand new, so like everyone felt like, I could tell people felt really bad for me, like the people on my team. Like there's me and then another girl that started a month before me, and like for us it's kind of especially was like jarring because we just joined the company. Thankfully, so far, no one has gotten laid off, knock on wood, and no one, like, so they didn't do layoffs, so I am very grateful and thankful that I didn't get laid off. So I don't want this to sound like ungrateful, but so I am aware that I could have been laid off, and I'm grateful I wasn't. However, with that being said, I still am like really upset about it and was really upset about this change. Because one of the companies that's absorbing it is going to be, they're gonna have a Colorado office. The other company is out of Texas, and I got assigned to go to the Texas company and be fully fucking remote. So that was why, like, it was twofold. First, I was just genuinely upset and sad because I joined this company specifically because I heard great things about it. I liked the people I met. I was excited to work for this company, and then now that company is going away. So like that was shocking and sad for me. But then also to then hear that I was placed on the Texas company and I have to be fully remote, I was like, you have to be kidding me. So at this point in my everyday natural makeup routine, I will either do a little bit of the Glossier Cloud Paint liquid blush, and I have this in Puff, or lately I've been feeling even extra lazy and I just go, and then if I do that, sometimes I'll do this NARS on top of it. But I've been feeling so lazy lately that I've been skipping the Glossier and I've just been doing the NARS, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I just do it basically with a brush and I just dab it on my cheeks. But sometimes, like I said, I'll do this first. So I got assigned to go to the Texas company, and I was just like so upset and shocked and was just like, what? Like, it felt like, I don't know, I don't want to be like too dramatic, but then again, I want to give myself permission to just feel my feelings and not have to apologize about it. Like, it felt like the rug was ripped underneath me because here I was agonizing over this decision. Like, I agonized over the decision to take this job or stay at my other job, and I did so much thinking and reflecting and talking with my therapist and my fiance and my family and friends, and like came to the decision and made the choice for my life that I wanted to do this. And then 2 months later, it's completely basically like taken away and changed. It just felt like it was like a loss of control feeling, and just like really upsetting for me. And so like literally the day that they announced this, we were all like, it was a virtual meeting and I wasn't on camera, but I was like, I started crying. I was just so shocked, and I was crying for like an hour. It was like kind of crazy, because it's not like I got laid off or anything, but it was just the disappointment and the shock of like the thing that I thought I was going to be doing and the place I thought I was going to be, and just everything I envisioned in my head in one instant was gone. So it's really hard when I do my makeup in the camera because I can't tell like how much I'm putting on. So like I think this is enough, but I can't really tell. I basically just go like this with the blush and just kind of shush it. Like, I like bringing it this far forward, but then I also will bring it up here to my like temple navy, but it also has a shimmer, which I like. Okay, one more. And I like to do it right there because I like having the little rosy cheeks. Okay, I'll do a little. I feel like that's probably good. Okay. So, yeah, so that happened like a couple weeks ago, and it's been a rough couple weeks. Like, I'm fine, and I logically know that everything will be fine and will work out. I do believe that, like, that's how I live my life. Like, I believe that everything just happens how it's meant to happen, type of thing. And out of bad things come good things. Like, who knows, maybe at this new company I end up meeting my best friend that I'm friends with forever, or who knows. Like, but I trust in the universe that there will be a good chain of reactions to come out of this. But even though I logically know and believe that, I still also have these emotions and feelings of like disappointment, upset, like fear. So that's what I've been working through the past couple weeks, and I talked to my boss and my boss's boss like all together right when it happened, because I was like, they were like, checking in with everyone and like, is everyone okay? Like, we're here to talk if people want to talk. And so I was like, yeah, like, I would love to talk, please. And so we talked like that day when they announced it. I was like done crying. I wasn't like crying or whatever to them, but not that it would matter, but I was just like, honestly, I'm really thrown by this, and like I'm having trouble like processing this, because a big reason of why I came to this company was because I know that in this point in my life, I do not want to be fully remote. It just doesn't serve me anymore. And so for me, this was a very intentional decision to be able to be hybrid and go into work and like have an in-person office. And I was like, so this is just like really hard for me, because I was assigned to the Texas one. So I was like, is there any way that I could instead go to the Colorado one and not go to the Texas one? Is there any way that that could happen? Because like, yeah, this is like really important to me. And they were really nice. They were really receptive. So I felt very thankful that they reacted so just nice to me about it. And they were like, we totally get it. Like, thank you for telling us how you feel. We really appreciate your honesty. Like, we're glad that you let us know. And yes, we will try our best to get you moved from the Texas one to the Colorado one instead, so that you could be a hybrid employee and, yeah, have that. So that's kind of where we left it. We had a couple different talks about it, and I said, like, it's not that I don't want to go to that company, it's not that I don't want to work with those people, it's just the in-person thing for me was so important, and it was a very intentional decision I made. And they totally understood, because it's kind of awkward because my boss is going to the Texas one, so I didn't want her to feel like I didn't want to work with her. Like, it's kind of awkward because me and her are both supposed to go together, but I'm now saying like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go to the Colorado one. So I was like, I don't want you to think that I don't want to go work with you, because like, I love working with you, but for me in my life, like, I really want to be out of Colorado. And she totally understood. She was not offended, which I really appreciated, because I was nervous about that. So yeah. And then a couple days after, I talked to my boss's boss again, and we talked about it again, and she was like, yeah, like, I can't promise you, but I'm gonna try. Like, we're gonna try to see if we can move you onto the Colorado one instead of the Texas one. So that's where it currently stands, is that I'm waiting to hear back about if they're able to switch me to go to, because like, they already made the decisions of where everyone's going. Like, emails. That day we got welcome emails from our new companies being like, welcome to blah blah blah. But they keep saying that nothing is set in stone until the end of the year, and right now it's July, so like we have until December, January until things are set in stone, until we're like officially, like our company is officially gone and we're officially part of these other companies. So we have plenty of time to figure out things like this. Okay, for my eyebrows, lately I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in soft brown, and on one side is like the brow pencil, and then on the other side is this little spoolie to like, you know, go like this and whatever, do the brows. But I'm not gonna lie, I miss having my dip pomade, because I used to use like a pomade that comes in like a little circle container, and then you dip the brush in and then you brush it in. And I like this, and I get why people use it, I get why it's popular, but it's too precise for me, because I feel like when I'm doing it, I like when my brows just look kind of like fluffy and like natural and like kind of messy, but this is almost too precise. So when I'm like trying to do it, I feel like you can see all the lines. So once this runs out, I think I'm going to switch back to a brow pomade. And honestly, I don't even feel like doing my brow. Okay, fine, I will. I wasn't gonna do them, but I guess I will since we're here. But I definitely can't do it out of the camera, so I'm gonna have to do it out of this mirror. Okay. This is so awkward. I need a mirror. Okay, how's this? So, I forget what part I was at, but yeah, they were really nice about it. Oh, I've heard through the grapevine that I'm not the only person that this has happened to. There are other people who live in Colorado but got assigned to the Texas one who would rather be at the Colorado one. And so I've heard that they're gonna try to like almost prioritize people in our situation and like have it be so that we can be out of the Colorado one, because there are also some people who work for our company who are already fully remote, like they live in random states throughout the country, so they don't care where they're out of. Like for them, if they live in Ohio, it doesn't matter if they're out of Texas or Colorado, because they're not in person anyways. Whereas people like me who live in a certain state and want to be based out of that state, they're gonna try to switch us so that we can be out of our state. Because also I heard that there's people who are in the opposite situation where they live in Texas but they got assigned to the Colorado company, and they would rather be out of the Texas company. So I have faith and I have hope that the company is going to try to accommodate all of the people in this type of situation. But I guess we will see, because I haven't heard back yet, but I have a meeting. This week to kind of check in about it and like get an update. So I'm really hoping that they can figure it out and that they can switch me and everyone who's in my same situation, because it just really sucks, you know. Okay, then after I like do the color and like kind of fill them in, I've been using this, the NYX brow glue, which I love. I was using this before, the Anastasia clear brow gel, but as I suspected when I bought it, it ran out so quickly. It was so expensive, and I just don't feel like it's worth the amount of product that comes in it. It ran out so quickly, so yeah, I don't feel like it was worth it. But then my friend uses this and she suggested it, and I really like it. So it's like, it's just like this basically brow glue, comes out on a little spoolie, and then I just brush it it in to make my brows stand a little bit more up and like just kind of go out in the direction I want them. I just brush like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. Okay, now I'll do the other one. So yeah, I am anxiously awaiting the answer, and I do have hope though. Like, I have hope that they're gonna figure it out for these people, because like I said before, the reason I joined this company was because it's known for having good, nice people. Like, the best part of the company is the people that you get to work with. Like, they have a good reputation within the industry of being, yeah, just full of good people. So I really appreciated how they reacted to me saying that I would rather be out of Colorado, because it felt like they were actually listening and they actually cared. Okay, so I also have been using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I don't know if technically I use it as setting powder or finishing powder. I think I use it as setting powder. But I have it, I don't know what shade it is. I think there are different colors of this, but this doesn't say, so I don't have one of those powder pad things, so I just go like this and like dip this brush in, and then, okay, I'm gonna need this, and then I just kind of like press it along under my eye, like where I put my concealer. This is definitely not an official like makeup guru tutorial or get ready with me, whatever, but this is how I do it. So I just kind of like press it in, and then I kind of like go down here where I get greasy, and then I'll kind of go like this too, but I don't really put more on. I'll just like hit my nose, hit my upper lip, and then I'll also do some on my forehead, but I just kind of like do this and like dab it in like kind of on the T-zone almost, and then I do it down here too, like this, and I just like dab it like that. So I basically, I guess, do it everywhere except for on my blush, and then I just wipe it away, and then sometimes I'll go on my lid like this, and then I just, yeah, wipe it away. I just go like that on my lid. Normally I do this before my brows, but I forgot. So yeah, I feel like it just kind of like dries it up a little bit because I am pretty oily, and then also all I'm wearing is the tinted moisturizer, so that's also kind of oily. So I don't know, I just kind of like to like soak it up a little bit. And then yeah, during my everyday makeup I don't wear highlighter. I only wear highlighter if I'm like going out or doing something where I want like, I don't know, just extra makeup. So yeah, and then I do it on my lids because they kind of get oily from all the other makeup, so I like how it kind of just like mats them out a tiny bit, but I still feel really moisturized and dewy. It just helps like take away a little bit of it. But then throughout the day I get greasy, and then I just kind of let it happen. Like I said, this is my like more natural look, so I don't really care if I get greasy throughout the day. Because then at the end of the day I just take my makeup off and wash my face. Okay, so the last step is eyelashes. And I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but honestly, it's good, but I'm not like addicted to it, so I might try a different one next time when this runs out. Like I said, it's good, but I'm just not like So honestly, like, I don't need like a lecture. Like, when I've vented about this to like my parents, like their first reaction was like, at least you still have a job. And I'm like, I know, okay, yes, that's said, but I still am allowed to be upset and sad and bummed because a big thing happened out of my control that I wasn't expecting and that I wasn't planning for. And it's still valid for me to feel upset and sad about that, even if it's not as bad as it could have been, you know? And that's something that I talked about with my therapist, because I'm always very like, I don't want to ever come off as like just being like a stupid, ungrateful, like annoying person who's like complaining about stuff when people have it way worse. But the reality is like it could always be worse, and it's good to be aware of your circumstances and your privilege, and like it's good to be aware of what you're grateful for. Like, for example, I'm grateful I wasn't laid off, but that also doesn't mean that you're not allowed to have feelings. So in this case, like, I'm allowed to be still bummed. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, because like it was a very mental health driven choice for me to want to be hybrid and be like at a place that's based in Colorado. Like, I did it for my mental health, for my anxiety and depression, for my brain, and I felt like I just needed it, and it was something that I talked a lot about with my therapist. So it was like a pretty serious decision for me. I'm not just like, oh, poor me, like my blood, something changed. It's like, I don't know if I am forced to go to the Texas one and be fully remote, like, I don't know if I'm gonna stay at the company then, because like in that case I might just try to work somewhere else that's based out of Colorado, because that was really important to me. But I'm trying not to borrow trouble, and I'm trying to just take it day by day and just see what happens, see if they switch me to the Colorado one, and if not, I can reevaluate then. I don't have to make a rush decision. Okay, so I did my mascara. I only do my top lashes. I don't do my bottom lashes. And sometimes I'll do eyeshadow, but I don't want to today. So that's it. That is the finished everyday casual chill look. So I'll take my bangs down. And yeah, I just really like how it's just like really natural, and I feel like I finally have found a routine for myself that works. It's easy. Like, obviously this took me 30 or 40 minutes because I was rambling, but in the morning it takes me like 10 minutes. It's so fast, and this has sunscreen in it, which I love, and yeah, I just feel like it looks really natural and pretty, and I like it. So that is my natural everyday makeup routine that I've been doing. So for the next one, my next get ready with me that I eventually do, I'll do it with this. So I'll do like a more full finished, like, I don't know if I were going to an event or something with like this foundation and like eyeshadow and like a little more makeup, I'll do that at a different time. But this is what I've been doing for weeks now, and I love it. I do really want to try the Rare Beauty liquid blush. I just haven't done it yet. Oh, and then I finished with chapstick. So I just used this Supergoop SPF 30 lip shield. So it's sunscreen chapstick. It's really important because I live in Colorado. We have a lot of sun, and I'm outside a lot because we walk our dog a lot and we go hiking and camping a lot. So it's really, really, really important in Colorado to wear sunscreen because the sun is so powerful. It increases your risk of skin cancer So yeah, that's why like I try to use all products, or like a lot of products that have sunscreen or SPF in them. So this is the chapstick that I use, and then that's it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me and listening to my little ramble vent sesh about work. It does help to just like kind of talk it out, because like my fiance at this point is probably sick of hearing about it. Obviously he still like listens and he's been really supportive and great, but I'm like a broken record to everyone in my life, and I don't want to just keep like rehashing it over and over. I know it'll all work out in the end. I know that, but it was just like a really shocking, big change that was kind of like thrust upon me that I didn't see coming. But I am proud of myself for how I've worked through it. Yes, I've been sad, and the first like 2 days, honestly, I was really depressed. I was like really struggling the first 2 days, just with my emotions were just like so intense. I was just like so upset about it, but it has gotten better and better. I don't feel like that now. It's been a couple weeks and I feel a lot better. I know it'll work out, and I'm hoping for the best, that maybe I will get switched from Texas to Colorado, but I will keep you all posted. I'll do another whisper ramble when I have an update about it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with me, watching my videos. This is so fun for me. I know I say it all the time, but like I love doing these videos, and I really appreciate each and every one of you, all of my subscribers, everyone who watches. Like, it's just so fun for me, and I love when you all comment. So never be afraid to drop a comment on my videos if you have like suggestions, things that you didn't like, or things that you would like to see, or anything